Hey guys, hey, it's that time of the year. I am just kind of going to be wrapping up some things, talking about some things I'm going to be doing at the end of the year, sort of like my reflecting on what is it that I'm going to be doing at the end of the year with my channel. But first, I wanted to talk about a book that I just read that so resonated with me. It just kind of, sometimes you come into a book that kind of resonates with your spirit, and this is one of the books that did that for me. The book is called Rest is Resistance, and it's by Tricia Hershey, and I'm going to show the book here. And that is really the content of this video, is that as I go into 25, rest is going to be my resistance to a lot of the political climate, to a lot of the things that's going on in the world. I am going to be resting and taking care of myself. I recently retired, and so I have more time to myself. First thing I noticed with retirement was that I was exhausted from all the hours that I put in. My husband has recently passed, and before he passed, I was his main caregiver, and sometimes I was up all night with him, making sure he was comfortable or that he was safe. And I was really existing. Sometimes I would be up all night and all day. So I was literally functioning on sometimes 2 hours of sleep, whatever in a day or whatever, or catching a nap whenever I could when he was asleep. And before that, working. I finally had to quit working because to care for him, I couldn't physically keep a job and care for him. So he's been gone now for 3 months, and I really feel like I am just now catching up, if that is such a thing, or really just getting to the point where I feel like I feel rested, and more rested than I have in the last 6 months. So rest is my resistance. I'm not going to keep hustling and grinding and doing all of those things to function any longer, because the only person that was really harming is myself. And I see in this political climate in America and everything that they really don't care about us. So you better take care of yourself. So with this book, it just really changed my mindset on rest, because I've grown up in a culture where you grind, you hustle, you have to hustle to make it. You always got to beat the Joneses. You got to do the next best thing. And I'm over that. I'm going to do what's best for me and mine. And I'm going to do what works for me. And one of the things that works for me is rest. Now, this author really, says that rest is resistance because of the culture that we grew up in. She has what she calls a nap ministry. And I'm going to read some of the tenets of her sayings about the nap ministry. Rest is a form of resistance because it disrupts and pushes back against capitalism and white supremacy. Our bodies are a site of liberation. Naps provide a portal to imagine, invent, and heal. Our dream space has been stolen, and we want it back. We will reclaim it via rest. And when you think about that, that is so potent. And, just that our bodies are a site of liberation. Wow. And when you rest, you give yourself the ability to create, because you come back refreshed, to revitalize, to kind of go back and do some things that you have. When you are exhausted, you can't create. In one part, she has this thing, rest is resistance. Rest, it's like four tenets: rest, dream, resist, and imagine. You give yourself the power to imagine again. So, and then she has a part here, and I'm reading some of these parts because, like, they called my spirit to. It is vital for us to rest. A lot of times for Black people, we have high blood pressure, heart disease, improper nutrition, and I have diabetes. I have some of these, and it is from the go, 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 go. Go being a caregiver, go being a wife and a mother and an employee, and providing and going and going, going and going. The grind is, I think there is always a balance. Like, we have to feed our families and do that. But it's finding the balance and the time and making yourself a priority, that rest also is an important part of your day. So she has here a call to action for rest now. And she says, I want you firmly plant. I'm going to start that over. I want you to firmly plant yourself inside your imagination. Take refuge in the beauty and power of our community care. Take root in our daydreaming. We can rest, build, and usher in a new way. We center rest and care no matter what the system says. Rest is a portal. Silence is our pillow. Hold silence with me now. Take a deep breath, a full breath. Hold it for a few seconds. Release the shame you feel when resting, and it does not belong to you. And I think that happens with us too, because sometimes when you rest, you'll say, I had a lazy day. No, you had a restful day because you took care of yourself. You allowed yourself the ability to rest. And a lot of times, and I have been guilty, I have felt ashamed when I took a day of rest, like I wasn't productive. But sometimes the most productive thing we can do in our day is to take the time to rest. Because I don't feel like it should be the norm that we're at the point of where we're fizzled out, and that's where we function from. Like we're about to blow up any time now because we've taken on too much. Another part of that is the ability to say no. My mother used to say, baby, no is a grace word. And so it is. Sometimes we have overcommitted ourselves and we go and we do, and then we have these other commitments from, past work, past our family. There are these other commitments, and you pretty much drive yourself in a frenzy to get it all done. And you feel exhausted and worn out. How is that helping anyone, including yourself? So to me, in this time frame, maybe it's all time for us to take a break and look at the world and look at the United States. I'm going to be honest and say, really? What? We're taking a pause here because y'all are sounding crazy. And I'm going to say that. And so rest has become a point of resistance for me. I'm no longer grinding and stuff. And I guess I do have I can say that now that I am retired, and you could say, well, that's easy for you to say. Well, the point is that really with everything, I could go back to work and they would let me probably work if I wanted to. And who's to say that I may not? But I will tell you one thing, I won't be grinding to exhaustion. I will probably not go back to work full time, even if I had to go back to work. But right now, I am resting. I am revitalizing me. I'm nourishing myself with healthy foods and taking naps when I need to. And my creativity has soared. My imagination is coming back. I had reached a place, and I will contribute some of that too, to being a full-time caregiver and helping my husband through the dying process. But I had actually lost the ability to dream a little bit even before he passed away. Because I didn't have time to dream. To dream about what? Where's next? Where am I going next? There was no time for that. So, this book was like my wake-up call to that, and to realize that rest is resistance. And when I'm saying dream, even to rest to the point where you do dream, whether you remember those dreams or not. And I'm always a big proponent of documenting if you can remember your dreams, but also the point of dreaming about what is next for you and what's next in life, and allowing yourself to see yourself in that dimension. So that was important to me too. This book was really just a wake-up call for me to get off the wheel, stop grinding so much that I'm just not even capable of seeing beyond the grind. So I just feel like it was a great book, and I really feel like it may be something that others might want to read. She has some affirmations or meditations for rest at the end of the book that I'm going to say. But again, this book is called Rest is Resistance. And rest is a form of resistance in our history and our culture, where we are just, hey, you got to get the next best thing. You're always grinding to the point of exhaustion. And we don't need to get there. You are able to make more sounder decisions, to boost your creativity and your imagination and ability to dream when you have balance in your life, and when you find the time to rest, and not in a shameful way, but really taking hold and standing up, and that rest is part of your birthright. Here are some of the meditations or affirmations at the end of the book that I think kind of helps too. Meditations for rest. I deserve to rest now. I am worthy of rest. I am not lazy. How could I be lazy? My ancestors are too brilliant for that. Capitalism wants my body to be a machine. I am not a machine. I am a magical and divine human being. I had the right to resist grind culture. I don't have to earn rest. Do less, watch how I thrive. Ease is my birthright. I will rest. Well, that's all I have for today. Please consider this. Again, this book is called Rest is Resistance. It says, free yourself from grind culture and reclaim your life. And it is by Tricia Hersey. I really recommend this one, and it would be like 5 out of 5 stars for me, because I feel like this is what is needed for a lot of people, and especially a lot of Black people. And then I feel like it's okay to rest, that we don't have to be shamed because we rest. We are not a lazy people. Don't even let anybody tell you that. So, rest is resistance. And that's it for me. Have a very blessed day. I'll talk to you soon.